The games are on, the robots are powered up, and we've got all today's action from the Techno games. To our coverage of Techno Games 2000, coming to you from the Millennium Dome. This is the tournament where the robots try to beat us humans at our own games. And today, the cyber superstars have been hard at it again, with more heats in the swimming, sprinting and rope climbing, plus the finals of the Micromouse and the high jump events. Joining me again today to analyse the action and give us the technical lowdown will be our resident techsperts, computer science professor Noel Sharkey and Martin Smith from the Robots Research Unit. Martin, we've had a tremendous response of enthusiasm from the public. Are you surprised by that at all?
No, it's great to see the enthusiasm amongst all the young people for these things. They love to see the robots, they want to see the robots do well, they want to see their teams do well, they want to see their friends do well, but they want to see the robots beat the humans, I think.
Absolutely, and above all else, it is actually very, very exciting.
It is.
What about the strict deadlines that they have had to adhere to for building these robots? That must have been quite tough for them.
This is an interesting point because it's you have to have the thing working on the day. It's no point in having the most wonderful design. If it doesn't work on the day, you've failed.
Right, Noel, lots of action today. Have you seen anything that's particularly impressed you?
Well, it was just so exciting. I think I'm dazed by it all. But the last thing I remember being really good was some high jumpers that were run entirely with elastic bands. And the first one I really liked was Clever Cardigan.
What, Clever Cardigan? Why was it called Clever Cardigan?
It was Clever Cardigan because it's a jumper with buttons on it. So it was run by 20 elastic bands.
Right.
And a man trap that, which you've obviously seen, and has run by 140 elastic bands. And there's a little robot with a cigarette lighter in the front that comes along, burns the cord, and then it goes flipping up in the air.
Well, guys, we'll be taking advantage of your knowledge a little bit later on in the show. By the way, the prize at stake is not only a gold, silver or bronze medal for each event, but also the chance to win a special Nesta Award for the most inventive robot. The prize, a trip to the USA to visit NASA. Every techie's dream. Well, today saw Heat 2 of the hotly contested swimming. But before we take a look, let's have a reminder of what happened in Monday's heat.
They're powered up and they're ready to go, and a very, very smooth start by Calypso floats away from the start. What a contrast with Lemming. Can't get its oars together. A little bit happening on the stroke side, not too much on the bow side, and it's just going sideways. A deal of splashing. Calypso wins and goes through to the final. And the only consolation at the other end with Lemming is about the greater importance of taking part. They'll keep going, it's assuming they don't sink.
In today's heat, it was the Cyber Shark swimming somewhat unexpectedly out of the Our Ladies of Victory School in Keighley, Yorkshire, versus the Flower Bot from Wilson School in Surrey. Earlier on, Sophie Blake met the tech athletes and their cyber swimmers.
Now, what were the obstacles you had to overcome?
Actually making it float and be quite stable. We've actually had to make some last-minute alterations.
Like what?
As you can see, there's a few bits of tape and things hanging off. The younger children came up with the fish design, actually.
And how long did it take to build?
About 3 months.
Now tell me, who's the keen gardener here?
Guilty.
Well, what made you come up with this design?
Well, we only had about 3 days to build the thing in, and it was really just a case of what floats. So we grabbed some pots and put some plants on top.
Well, I must say, it does look very pretty. And how does it actually run?
It's borrowed from 2 Ford Sierra windscreen wiper motors, which is done by a rowing motion, and it might swim.
Noel, Martin, yesterday's swimming was very exciting. How do you rate these next two competitors?
It's a real difficulty not being allowed to use a propeller. So they've got to use some sort of fish motion, either an up and down motion or a side-to-side motion or a paddling motion, but they're never going to be as efficient as a robot designed without those limitations.
Undulating like a fish, I think, would probably be the best way to get through water.
Thanks for that, Noel. Right now, remember, the world record is just over 21 seconds for 50 metres. These robots will be travelling exactly half that distance. Ed Hall was there for the big splash.
I'm here poolside for what promises to be a classic clash. A flower pot versus a dustbin. Red team, is it going to win?
It could win, it could lose, it could sink.
Blue team, confident?
Yeah, we're going to come second to none.
Second to none. The flower pot poses no threat whatsoever?
I think they've got to water the flowers.
And that's good fighting talk. OK, it's now over to Barry Davis.
Flowerbot looking rather like an arrangement for Mother's Day. Cyber Shark looking pretty friendly, really, and with support on the sidelines. So they're coming under starters' orders. And away we go. And the Cyber Shark has certainly made the better start. Paddle's not working too well for Flowerbot. It's only taking it to one side. That's a good undulating movement that's been produced by Cyber Shark. It's not particularly quick, but at least it's going in the right direction. And the flag being waved in the air. Certainly they're not going to give up with the flag still being well raised, but Flowerbot is rather going round in circles. It's a bunch of flowers looking for a flower bed, really. But Cyber Shark is going to make it quite comfortably. 1:12, 1:13, 1:13.63. Good time and a clear victory. Well, at least they could make a presentation with the other competitor, couldn't they?
So, Cyber Shark steamed to victory with Flowerbot just going round in circles, presumably looking for a garden centre. OK, guys, it looked to me like Flowerbot, they'd concentrated far more on the decorations than the actual mechanics of it.
It seemed to be a little potty.
Oh, Martin.
I'm sorry.
Shame on you.
I think its centre of gravity was too high, wasn't it?
The ore was too high out of the water. If, like the other robot, the ore had been underwater all the time, it would have had more propulsion.
Can I ask another stupid question? Did it make any difference having the distracting flowers on the top? That made no difference at all to the...
More of them would have helped because it would have given more weight and brought it down into the water, I think.
See, I told you it was a stupid question. Tomorrow, it's a heat between three robots, Surge, Snappy and KIP. Now it's back to one of our favourites, the Robo Rope Climb. The event began yesterday, and this is what happened.
And away goes Simeon to win with great ease in 3.5 seconds. The more traditional style of Skeletron, though, is being well demonstrated here.
Today it was Heats 2 and 3. 4 teams were clambering up the rigging. Sophie met them before the contest.
Now, does Havoc live up to its name?
Yeah, it does. It gives us a lot of it.
Why is that?
It keeps falling apart.
And what else?
And it won't got the rope. We didn't got the rope.
So how have you got it stuck back together?
Using super glue.
So do you think it'd make it up the rope?
Yes.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Now, I thought Tarzan was a rope swinger, not a rope climber.
Yeah, well, if we're lucky, it may do one of them. We've got the motor and gearing system on the outside here, circuitry's on the back, and we've got this large wheel here with small pins in it, and that's what's going to grip onto the rope.
And how fast do you think it's going to climb?
Very slowly if it climbs at all.
Now tell me, how does stasis work?
Well, it's a single motor robot, and it climbs up via the cogs. It grips to the wheel. This holds it against the wheel, and when it gets to the top, touches that, and it reverses the motor so that it will come down again.
And how long do you think it's going to take?
A long time. It'd be really nice if it would actually go to the top.
Now tell me, how long did it take you to build Bumblebot?
Well, we've been working on it for about 3 months, but this is about our 4th different design attempt. The main problem was, if we had these 2 rollers here too loose, it just slipped off the rope. But if they were too tight, there was too much friction, and we basically just shredded the gearbox.
How fast do you hope it's going to go?
As long as it goes up, we're not really too bothered, I don't think.
So, first off, it's Havoc from Trinity School, Belvedere in Kent, against Tarzan from Bancroft School, Woodford Green in Essex. Then there's Stasis, also from Bancroft School, against Bumblebot from Solihull School in the West Midlands.
Teams prepare.
Tarzan on the left, Havoc on the right. They are under starters' orders. The clock is set. And away we go. At least away goes Havoc in very simple style, looking rather like an animal climbing up the rope. Tarzan has not moved at all. Me Tarzan, you Havoc, me stationary, you winning. And it's doing quite well. The target, 21 seconds, the time set by Skeletron, the second best time so far. Surely no one will match Simeon's 3.5 seconds unless there's a surprise in the last round. But just look at Tarzan. Stationary and nothing they can do about it. Meantime, the centipede-looking apparatus called Havoc makes its way to the top, but well outside now the time of Skeletron. So it looks like a repeat of the opening heat in the final, unless there's a surprise coming up in Heat 3. Still no movement at all from Tarzan, and it's beginning perhaps to be a little bit of a struggle, is it, for Havoc? Coming up towards the minute. Well, at least they know theirs has moved. 1:11, 1:12, 1:13. It's going no further. Havoc has come to a stop. Made about 7.5 metres, which might have been a factor, but there are two better times already.
So both devices failed to reach the top. Let's see if Stasis or Bumblebot would do any better.
Teams prepare.
21 seconds is the time to beat this final heat of the rope climbing. Stasis on the left, Bumblebot on the right. Not too much movement. Now suddenly Bumblebot is getting moving. Stasis very, very slowly, but Bumblebot, having started well, is now slipping back. The wheels are going round, but no climbing is taking place. And Stasis is in the lead, but very soon they're going to be out of the competition. And we know already that Skeletron will compete in the final. I don't think either team is going to be too satisfied with this performance. Bumblebot slipping further back, Stasis making too slow progress to be relevant, really. It's a bit like rope climbing's version of watching paint dry, and it's surely going to have to be called off.
It's still going, yes. Sadly, you have timed out and you've not really done it, have you?
No. We didn't expect to get very far, but I'm pleased that it did climb some of the rope, and it's been good, great fun being here.
So, as none of today's robots reached the top, it's the robots from yesterday's heat, Simeon and the extraordinary Skeletron, who make it through to the finals. Well, guys, what went wrong with all that?
I think it was a case of simply the weight was too great for the power of the motor and the grip that they had, really. Because one of them ended up actually lower than it started, didn't it?
Yes, going backwards,
yes.
In fact.
It's just like a car. It's power to rate ratio that makes the speed.
I don't understand that at all, Martin. What does that mean?
The power must be a large factor bigger than the weight.
Thank you. So good when you can explain it to me. Thanks, guys. Well, the next event we've got for you from today's Techno Games is the Micromouse, where the robots act under their own control. But first, we can take a look at another exhibition event from the Techno Games Fringe. Today, it's firefighting robots.
We're here at West Yorkshire's Fire Training Service Centre in Berkhamshaire, where we'll be meeting FireSpy, the world's only firefighting robot. They wanted you to design something that firemen could still use, but you changed the whole concept.
The problem was the operator. If you remove the operator from the cab, it makes it that the vehicle is a lot safer to use, especially from around 200 metres away. The claw's very versatile. It actually can lift around 650 kgs, which means it could actually pull a car away from a burning building or pick up a chemical drum with some hazardous contents in it.
And who's going to operate FireSpy for us today?
We've got a very good operator in Sub-Officer Andrew Wood from our training school.
Now, this is your control box.
Yep.
Can you give us a little demonstration here?
Yeah, sure. Just start the vehicle. OK, the vehicle's now running.
Right.
I can vary the engine speed depending on how fast I wish the vehicle to operate.
How fast can it go?
Maximum speed of about 12 miles per hour.
to your colleague here has kindly brought in Billy the bear, the mascot of 25 years, and we're going to place him in the box.
What's the responsibility?
Now, apparently, Peter, even your wife doesn't know you have this bear.
No, she doesn't know.
But now everyone's going to know. All right, then, let's put Billy in the box. Bye-bye, Billy. Hopefully we'll be seeing you shortly. And the box is locked. The challenge is that Firefly has got 90 seconds to smash through these barrels, to then grab out this car, to get to the barrel of water, to then pour over the flames to rescue Billy the bear. Andy, are you ready for your challenge?
Ready.
Your 90 seconds start now.
Oh, he's all right.
He's all right. And on the way.
Firefighting, now that would make a good Olympic sport. Now it's time for the Micromouse Challenge final. This is actually quite a well-known national sport already, in which intelligent robots with sensors try to make their way through a maze. This is how the teams lined up.
Now, most people would think a Micromouse was either a cartoon strip about a rather small rodent or a poorly conceived microwave meal. It's neither, but Alan knows what it is. Hello, Alan. And what is a Micromouse? And what on earth is this event?
This is a typical Micromouse, and the object of this event, which is a competition, is to get the Micromouse from the corner of this maze, 16 by 16 squares, to the very centre of the maze, which is open 4 squares in the middle.
OK, how do they do it?
The mouse needs to be able to find the walls because it enters the maze blind. It knows nothing except the size of the maze. So it uses, in this case, sensors. Here they are on this typical mouse, a modern mouse, looking down on the walls using flashes of infrared, looking at the walls, deciding where the walls are, whether they're in the way or not. It remembers what it learns as it wanders through the maze and calculates the shortest route. A really fast mouse might run a maze like this in 10 seconds or under.
Pretty impressive stuff. Alan, as any fool can see, this is a university maze, but I believe we're going to be using a quarter maze today because we're dealing with school children, yeah?
There's a simpler competition which uses, as you say, only 1/4 of the maze, 8 by 8 squares, and the mouse has to get from one corner to the opposite corner. It can do that, of course, by following one wall, and it will inevitably get there. It won't work on a full-size maze. On a quarter-size maze, it does.
There you go. Simple child's play. What's it called?
It's called blip squeak.
Blip squeak. Is there a cunning reason why?
Well, every time it blocks off a square, it makes a blip, and every time it's working it out in its mind, it makes a squeak.
Hence, blip squeak. Is it going to win?
Well, we've been having a few problems with the lighting, but we're quite confident, yeah.
It's over to Barry Davis.
So it's top right to bottom left as we look, and away goes Blipsqueak, doing quite well. Certainly a lot of attention. Not quite sure how legal that is, but the judges aren't complaining. And it's going pretty quickly. This is not a bad opening attempt here by Blipsqueak. Bottom left-hand corner it's got to get to. Banging on the table, not helping too much. But it's being counted into the corner. A left-hand turn now. And it's in, 1:41.31.
What is this called if it has a name?
Semi-intelligent archer.
It's got a catchy name, but we don't know if it's the fastest Micromouse here. We'll find out soon, though.
Well, it's only a semi-fast start down the first lap. And into the wall in front, needing a quick turn. Needing a bit more speed, too. And now Technical Boys making good use of the fast mode. Getting 7 bells out of itself at the moment, but making good progress. But now it's turned the wrong way. That could be costly. 141.3 to beat. And it surely won't do that. Slow finish, 144.03.
I'm in the presence of a world champion that to you and me is a paint lid with a few extra bits and bobs and some wheels. What's it called?
It's called horsepower.
Horsepower, why?
Because we like to think it has loads.
And you've got 2 pictures on there, yeah? You've got yourself and who's the other lad?
And that's my colleague Craig.
OK. Is it going to win?
I hope so.
We're going to find out pretty soon.
This is the US entry, United Simpletons from High Wycombe in Buckinghamshire. Fast start, not always taking the right direction. It's gone the long way round now. And it's got into a cul-de-sac. Time ticking away. But even so, its movement is quick. Sometimes more haste, less speed. Left hand down. And it's in. And that's a very quick time, 27.03.
I'm with a circuit board and 3 vanity mirrors sellotaped to it. It has a name. What is it?
It's called Tad, named after the creators, Tom, Andrew and Dave.
Aha. Is it going to win?
No.
No.
Well, names on the record, but also their opinions. Let's see. Away it goes, a little bit slowly, and it's stalled as the clock ticks on. Bit of lip biting. A bit of serious expressions around the course. And it's not going too quickly. And this looks a difficult turn, a tad too difficult, you might say, and I think they've aborted.
So the winner was Horsepower from the United Simpletons team from High Wycombe in Buckinghamshire. Now we move on to the high jump. The basic rules are simple, just a straight contest to see which machine can make the highest leap. Ed Hall had a look at this Techno Games challenge.
It might look like I'm in a police identity parade. However, the only crime I've committed is a passion for jumping robots. Yes, it's robot high jump time. This is where they're going to be doing it from. This is where the robots will be primed, ready to jump. And this is the marking system, OK? 7 metres is the highest, and we've got a cage on there just in case they jump out of it. This wall is perspex just in case they try and jump through it. It could be potentially dangerous, so this is why we've built this space-age contraption. The teams are going to be based over here. We've not seen what they can do. Potentially, they could jump through the roof of the dome. Let's hope they don't do it because we haven't caged it for that. Fingers crossed, it's going to be exciting. Sophie, it's over to you.
I'm here at the Techno Games workshop where robots are preparing to go sky high for the high jump. Let's go meet them. How does Bottle of Doom work?
The air pressure forces onto the piston, so when we pull the pin out, this blows out the top and pulls it up in the air.
Have you tested it so far?
Yes, we've tested quite a few times. The first test was probably the worst, stood still and did nothing. But after that, we've had quite a few successes.
So fingers crossed for the actual event. So good luck, guys.
Thank you.
My first thing was starting off an elastic band and seeing how much energy I could put into it, and that gave me the figures to make the calculations on. And then I did some estimates as to the weights I could make things. I've gone for a very simple machine. Stores energy in elastic bands and then releases it quickly, and we hope it'll jump to maybe slightly taller than I am. I can test it with just a couple of elastic bands where it just jumps a few centimetres. And for competition, I can put in up to 16 elastic bands, which should get me up to around 2 metres.
Our next entry is Bong from Boston Spa School, and our team are James, Louise and Richard. Now, tell me about the design. What's it based on?
It's based on like a frog's legs, as we thought. In nature, they're good at doing what they're doing, jumping, so we copy a design.
I can show you by using this prototype. All it is this arm comes down and let go. And
Now, without being rude, this one actually looks like quite a low-tech design compared to some of the other ones we've seen. How much did it actually cost?
4p.
So how does it actually work?
I'll just demonstrate on one of these prototypes. If you just stand back a little bit.
I'm getting out of here. Whew. In the dome, how are you actually going to release it?
we've decided to use one of our smaller robots and a lighter on the front to actually drive up, burn through the cable ties to make it jump.
Our next entry is Ping from Boston Spa School, whose team are...
Emily Jane. Charlotte.
Tom. Pardon?
Fortunately, he's lost his voice. He got a bit excited in the trials yesterday.
and I have to say, this is quite a bizarre-looking prototype here.
Yeah, this is what we call the washing line. It's supposed to snap up and jump, but unfortunately, it didn't really work. So then we moved on to Ping, which is using compression of air and so on.
So let's have a closer look at the machines hoping to make a futuristic Fosbury flop. These are the 5 competing teams. Joining me to analyse the action, we're pleased to welcome the holder of the British high jump record, Steve Smith. Welcome, Steve.
That's great to be here.
Now listen, the human world record high jump is 2 metres 45.
2:45, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty high, isn't it?
To put it in real terms, it's literally just below the football crossbar. Football crossbar is 8 foot.
So what do you think of robots potentially jumping higher than humans?
Well, it'd be interesting to see because, I mean, some of my competitors, it does seem like I'm competing against robots, you know, no emotion, no smiling. I'm not naming no names, by the way. But no, it'll be interesting. I'm interested in the way the jump was measured because, of course, in my event, there's the technical aspect of actually having to clear a bar as well.
Yeah.
But with the laser device here to see exactly, you can see exactly who's jumped the highest rather than who's got the best technique.
All right, Steve, we'll talk to you a little bit later. Now over to Ed for the start of the high jump.
Down here at the high jump, we are pushing back the boundaries of technology. What is your robot called?
Boing.
Boing. You can't launch it from this thing that we've spent millions of pounds designing. You are launching it via the use of string, yeah?
Yeah.
You've tied a bit of string to it and you're going to pull it from in front of the high jump arena. Yep?
Yeah.
OK, then, get to your piece of string.
First of their 3 attempts by Boston Spa School from West Yorkshire.
Power up.
How high are they looking? Just a simple pull of the string and a little bit short of 2 metres. 1.6 in fact.
Girls and silent person at the end there. How are you all?
Fine, feeling quite confident about it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it made a dent in the technology room, so...
And how high was the technology room?
We reckon about 3.5, 4 metres-ish.
Wow, oh, that's confidence.
We just hope it's going to work now.
There's some rivalry in the school at Boston Spa. 1.6 by their compatriots. Oh, nothing like as good as that. Didn't make it to the 1 metre line. They're amused by it. Only just cleared the half-metre line, in fact. And officially, it is 0.5 of a metre.
The first jump you're going to go for how many bands?
It's 12 elastic bands, and I have tested it at 12.
Tested with 12, then you go to, for the second jump?
16. I've never tested that.
Never with 16, and then the third, if we get there...
is 20, if it stays together.
If it stays together.
The entry name, Clever Cardigan, entered by the horribly inefficient mechanicals of High Wycombe. Best so far, 1.6. That's better than that. It's over 2. Very simple. Well held, sir. 2.1.
Well, we've got this robot, Mantrap, and we've got this like little buggy called Scorch, and it's got a lighter on, so it'll move towards it, burn through the plastic, and bang, up it goes.
That was fantastically described.
Well, it promises to be the most spectacular attempt to date from the Hackney Roman Catholic High School, Worcestershire. Away goes the first robot. The torch is lit. Oh, that's clearly the best. Up to 4 metres. Slight delay, but clearly made 4 metres, and that is the score.
Your leader, as you refer to him, is pumping up what can be described as an empty fizzy drinks bottle with what could again be described as a bike pump.
Yeah.
You're pushing the boundaries here.
This is the 21st century of technology.
The 21st century, and you've leapt forward and embraced it.
Yeah.
What more fitting tribute for the Millennium Dome than a man, a bike pump and a bottle? you also are confident of victory.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, we will win.
You are going to win?
Yeah, definitely.
Boys, do you share the same confidence?
Yes, we do. Going to win.
Yeah?
No doubt about it.
Utterly convinced?
Yes.
Yeah.
What kind of height are we going to expect?
The roof.
The roof.
All the way.
All the way to the roof. OK, well, best of luck.
Thank you.
How on earth would you need my luck when you have all that technology?
Well, one has to say that the title Bottle of Doom does not bode well. Oh dear. Oh dear. Something about egg on faces. Just did not take off at all. So, a no jump for Bottle of Doom. And Mantrap from Hagley in Worcestershire are the leaders after the first round.
Power up.
Second jump now for Boeing from Boston Spa. 1.6 last time. Maybe slightly higher, but not by much. 1.7 in fact.
Stand by to compete.
Now the second entry from Boston Spa. Ping. 0.5 last time. It's double that, but that only makes it 1 metre precisely. Nobody getting near the 4 metres of Hagley High School. This is Clever Cardigan from High Wycombe. 2.1 last time. Definite improvement. A little over 3. 3.3 metres. Now the leaders.
Stand by to compete.
The end of the first round with 4 metres. Mantrap from Hagley in Worcestershire. The most dramatic performance so far. We are alight again, and we are perhaps a little higher, not by much, 4.1. Last to go in this second round. They failed first time around, much to their own embarrassment. Bottle of Doom, will it fire this time? Very much yes is the answer. That's the best so far. Over 6 metres, 6.4. We have new leaders with Mantrap in second place and Clever Cardigan in third. The start of the final round, 6.4 metres is the target. And away go Boeing. That's their best, but only 2 metres. So 2 targets for Ping. The 2 metres for the inter-school rivalry, or can they do something better? They can indeed. They've gone right up surely into silver medal position. That was over 5 metres. 5.4 is what they've achieved. So in the silver medal position. Clever Cardigan to go next. And they've done their best in the last round as well. Over 4 metres. Needs to be 4.1 to give them a chance of a share of the bronze. And it is exactly 4.1. Mantrap did 4.1 in the second round. They need to improve upon that to have the bronze on their own. Quite a long burning of the flame, which doesn't augur too well. And they don't do as well. That's a disappointment for them. Only 3.6 metres, so the medals are decided. And they're out of them. The gold medal has already gone to Bottle of Doom. But can they give us a celebration performance in their last round? Oh, they can indeed. They've hit the roof, literally. Delight from the pupils of Lawrence Sheriff School and Rugby in Warwickshire. And their final jump, 7.5 metres.
So, Bottle of Doom wins, having hit the roof at 7.5 metres. And there's team member Tony Robbins from Lawrence Sheriff School in Rugby receiving the gold medal. And the team are joining us here in the studio. Well, congratulations, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
How does it feel, Tony, to be a gold medal winner?
It is really good, yeah. I'm really proud, and it was a team effort, but it's really, really good, yeah.
As it always is. I was going to ask you for the inspiration, but I can almost make it out. It's a plastic bottle of some kind, isn't it?
Yeah, the fizzy bottle with the pump at the bottom. and the piston comes out, pulls it up, and hits the roof.
Fantastic idea, Noel, isn't it?
Yes, it's a very good idea, because it's essentially made from, I spoke to them earlier, from some scrap.
But you've out-jumped this guy. How does that feel, Steve? You've been out-jumped by a
Blown
machine.
away, wasn't it? I was just actually thinking, I mean, we go to Australia to home our training techniques, we go away to Portugal, and I'm just wondering whether I should actually go to rugby next time to get a few hints from there, you know.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you could actually, I think the pole vault world record is just over 6 metres, so over 7 metres I really wouldn't have a chance.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, team. Thanks very much, Steve, for joining us, and Noel, of course, too. Now, let's take a look at who's leading the pack in the Techno Games robot sprint. This is what happened in the first semi-final on Monday when Scuttle met Waddle. Sounds ugly, and it was.
And away they go, Scuttle almost beating the Hooter. It's all over the track, but it's made more progress than the biped, but it's lost a leg. Here is Waddle, just about cleared the starting line. But Scuttle looks completely off its head. In fact, to be more accurate, it's on its side, and it's out of the contest at the moment.
Fighting for the second place in the final today were two more contenders, Lanesborough School's Skeeter and the pessimistically named Lemming from Wilson School in Surrey. Sophie joined the tech teams for a last-minute tune-up.
Lemming is powered by carbon dioxide, which is stored in this cylinder here. It's then vented down here through this regulator and into our computer-operated air valves. These are operated by an onboard computer stored in here, which controls the movement of the legs. So they can go up or down, forwards as they are now, or backwards.
And how long did the whole idea initially take?
It took about 2 weeks to design and 6 months to build.
The robot we see here is called Skeeter, and it's controlled by James from Lanesborough School. Now, which class are you in?
2G.
So you're 7 years old?
Yeah.
And what do your friends think of the robot?
Very excellent.
Now, explain to me how it actually works.
It's controlled by a pancake motor, which turns this cable gear system, which, as you can see here, has been locked on to this tough knoll, which is attached to the legs, which hopefully will go very fast and then carry it 10 metres a second.
That's fast. Now, these legs look very delicate. Did you have some problems with them?
Yes.
What?
They broke.
They broke? Oh no! But you fixed them all right again?
Yes.
Now, what is this?
It's Skeeter's head.
It's Skeeter's head. So why isn't it on Skeeter?
Because it's too heavy.
Oh no! But what should it look like?
It should look like this.
Best of luck, James.
Yeah.
So, guys, what do you reckon about this one?
Well, I mean, obviously, Skeeter's got much longer legs than Lemming, so it would seem to have more of a chance, but we don't know about the stability yet. I think Martin will
It's a
know
problem.
that.
If you've got very long legs, then you're much more likely to overbalance, but...
That's
if
what
you've
I'm
got a...
falling over all the time, Martin. Honestly, that's
Well,
my problem.
That's alcohol.
OK, thanks very much for that, guys. Well, Ed was with the tech athletes as they prepared to do battle.
It's Heat 2 in the senior sprint, and this looks like it's going to be a classic matchup. Let's go to the blue team. Hello, Blues. How are you?
Fine, we're fine.
I've got to say, that looks a ridiculous machine. But how fast can it go?
We hope about 4 to 5 metres a second. Either that or blow up.
Do you think you're going to win?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well done. OK, best of luck. Now, let's go on to the greens. Hello, greens. How are you? OK, this looks like it could cause a lot of problems. It's gas-powered, isn't it? What are the odds of it blowing up?
I'm not a betting man.
Not a betting man. OK, that makes me feel good. How fast do you reckon it can do it?
Have you got an in-flight movie?
So it might not be the classic matchup that I predicted.
Well, I'm just hoping they don't move.
So we're on standby. Lemming with the short legs on the left, not either fat or hairy. The long legs of Skeeter on the right, two schools from pretty close to each other in Surrey.
Teams
And you remember Lemming from the swimming competition where it didn't quite cover itself in glory. In comes the clock. It's up and ready to go is Lemming. But it's not moving too fast, but it's moving slightly better than Skeeter, which is not moving at all. got two legs across the line. What's going on with Skeeter? Young James wants to know that. 25 seconds and nothing is happening. Oh, hang on. There's a twitch. It's alive. But it still hasn't crossed the starting line. Lemming forcing its way through. It's picked up a little bit from watching Waddle, it seems to me, but it's slightly sideways on. And some attention is needed for Skeeter. Human intervention is allowed at the discretion of the judges. There seems to be a wire not connected. In the meantime, Lemming has made a few yards, or a few meters, should I say, down the track, but it is now absolutely sideways on. How do they get it round to face in the right direction? Well, eventually there has to be some sort of time fault here. They've got to bring this to an end because not very much is happening.
Green team, you can put yourselves out of your misery.
Misery, we're enjoying this.
You're enjoying it, but I've got things to do, you know. At around the age of 60, I was planning on, you know, gardening and things. That's never going to finish the race. It's not actually complete the course within 5 minutes. So you are on the leaderboard, but you actually haven't got a time.
Right.
So I don't know what your chances are. So congratulations, well done. Blue team. It looked phenomenal. You promised dreams of 3 metres a second, and it's still there. Don't just produce rubber to me and what does that mean? What is that? What went wrong? What went wrong?
Accelerated, we had a smell of burning rubber and we burnt the belt out in the gearbox.
OK. How do you feel down here? Are you going to come back? You feel embarrassed?
And we now know who's going to be facing off in the final. It's going to be Lemming versus Waddle. And if both of them manage to make it all the way down the course without exploding, we could be in for a very interesting race. So, what did you make of the heat, guys?
Well, it was very sad for Skeeter, wasn't it?
Very.
All you got was a bit of smell and a little bit of twitching.
And a very slow race. Martin, what was your take on it?
I think they were a bit ambitious having such long legs. It would give them a big stride that could make them fast, but the leverage is such that you're liable to either burn out a motor or a drive belt, and I think it was the drive belt that blew.
And such odd shapes, so dissimilar, the shapes, weren't they?
Yes, very, very.
With the very, very long legs.
That's right. It's the short leg, the good balance, and not too ambitious in speed, and that's the one that won. Tortoise and hare.
Either of you care to place a bet on the final?
No.
No.
Fine. Right, tomorrow is another packed day at Techno Games. We've got more action from the rope climb and swimming heats, robo-gymnastics and a real long runner, the solar-powered marathon. It's been a busy day here. We've seen the robots smash the human high jump record, we've seen rope climbing worthy of Errol Flynn, and some explosive action in the sprint. So goodbye from all of us here at the Dome. We're 3 days in, and be warned, the machines are getting stronger.